today we're going to look at the cornering lines on the road. Already done a couple of videos on cornering, it might be worth you looking at those first. There we look at all the basic principles of good cornering, safe cornering, quick cornering on the road. In this video, a fairly short video, I'm going to look at what line to take through corners. Now, a lot of you may be familiar with the principle of racing line. So a racing line, obviously it's more relevant I suppose to driving on track, but the principle is that you take the widest possible route and you transcribe the largest arc through a corner as you possibly can. So you would enter very wide, cut straight across to the apex, use the full width of the road, and then exit the corner using as much width of the road as you can. Now that's fine on the racetrack, and it's actually fine on quite a number of corners that you'll encounter on the road as well, but it's only really for corners where you've got a full view into, through and out the other side of the corner. And you can see that it's safe to go fully offside, for instance, on a right-hander, or to exit a corner fully on the offside if it's a left-hander. But those corners, really, they're few and far between, I suppose. Most corners that we encounter on the road have a limited view, and our priorities on the road, our priorities in picking a line through a corner are different on the road to the racetrack. We're not trying to set a lap time. We're not trying to drive through the corner the absolute limit of the grip available to the car. I'm not saying that you can't drive quickly through corners, of course you can, but your priorities on the road are different. Firstly, it's got to be safe. We've always said, haven't we, that you've always got to be able to stop on your own side of the road in the distance you can see to be clear, but you've also got a position for view. So you want to use your position on the road to obtain the best possible view, and that will help you in assessing the tightness of the corner and working out what's coming next. And then your next priority is to position to keep the car balanced and smooth all the way through the corner. I talked in a few previous videos about keeping the car balanced, about transferring the weight of the car around smoothly when we're operating the vehicle's controls, and it's the same with cornering. You need to pick a line that keeps the car nice and balanced. Now, in an ideal world, that would be the racing line, because that transcribes the largest arc through a corner. Most of the time we haven't got the luxury of having that nice clear view through a corner. So today I've done a little bit of filming, a bit unusual today. I've used a drone to do a little bit of aerial footage. I'll apologise in advance, it's a little bit amateur. Mrs. Local's helped us out with a bit of driving, so that we can perhaps show you and demonstrate the ideal lines through a left-hander and a right-hander. And I've picked one particular corner on this stretch of road that I think works really well. So let's start with a right-hander. The principle with a right-hander, and we've looked at this in previous videos, is to approach the corner as far to the near side as you possibly can. The best part of the near side, just staying out of the gutters and the grids. And that gives you the best view into the corner, allows you to pick out the limit point at an early point, see whether the limit point's moving or whether it appears to be stationary. And it's the starting point for a nice wide arc around the corner. So as we approach the corner, we get the correct position into the near side, we get the correct speed for the corner, in this case on the brakes, judging it by the limit point. We get the correct gear for that speed. And as you turn into the corner, the temptation with right-handers is to go offside early, to clip the imaginary apex, if you like. And actually you're not doing yourself any favours by going offside early. Much better staying tucked into the near side until you're about approximately 2/3 of the way around the corner. And it feels really unnatural at first, this, so don't think that you will just naturally adopt this cornering style. It's not easy. It was one thing I really struggled with when I first started doing advanced car training on the road, but actually it makes perfect sense. If you keep the car tucked into the near side as you turn into the corner, you get a better view around the corner, get an earlier indication of what the limit point's doing, you get a better view, an earlier view of what's coming towards you, if there is anything coming towards you. keep that near side position until you're about 2/3 of the way around the corner. As you get to that 2/3 point, you'll see that the limit point starts to move away from you, and at that point then you can start to move offside. You can even clip a little bit off the white centre line as you do so if there's nothing coming the other way, and that allows you to get the car straight nice and early and allows you to fire the car off up the road. So you've heard the principle of slow in and quick out. This is an extension of that principle, and I call it slow and late in, quick and straight out. For left-handers, the principle is pretty much the same, except that you're limited to how far offside you can go on the approach to a corner. So position on the approach to a left-hander, generally towards the white centre line, maybe straddling it a little bit if you've got a bit better view. Turn into the corner, keep the car towards the white centre line. Now obviously you may encounter vehicles coming the other way, and they have a tendency to not take the correct line and to nip a little bit off the white centre line. So you've got to be ready for that, and we've got to be ready to compensate for that. And that's why we don't take the car through the corners on the absolute limit of grip. We've got to have a little bit left to keep our safety margin. Then once the car's 2/3 of the way around the corner, hugging the white centre line, as you can see, the corner's straightening up. Then we tuck into the near side, straighten the corner out, fire the car off the road. So again, slow and late in, quick and straight out. So that's cornering lines on the road. I'm Reg Local, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And go and have a look at the website, reglocal.com, where you'll find loads more information about advanced and performance driving. We'll see you next time.